Welcome to the Stats on Stats Pod. Yeah.
It's a fun bun.
A fun bun. We love it.
Sometimes I have a party pony, but today was a fun bun day.
I don't know if I want to hear more about this.
Actually, it's the only thing I want to talk about for the next hour. Genuinely.
Jordan, can you move your water bottle a little bit this way?
Literally no.
Jordan Short. What's your name?
What's your name
I
is?
haven't buzzed you in a while.
Hey, what's your name is? Yeah, that
What's
good
your
girl.
name? How do I get to your page?
Are we live now?
We are live.
I was doing that live.
Yes.
My coworkers might have seen.
It's too early.
Let's take it down.
It's fine. Anyways, hey, Reanna, how are you today?
Good. Thanks for inviting me on. I was really excited.
Awesome. Thank you for showing up. Okay, so your shirt says like I love plants or something.
So I'm from Kansas City, and there's like this really nice plant store. I have plant babies. It was something I fostered during COVID, and then it just kind of stuck with me. And so then I had this really bad habit of trying to save the plants on the discount rack. And so I was like, they're so sad. Like, I have to save these plants because like no one's caring for them. The Home Depot and Lowe's people don't care about these like discounted plants. So I developed a really bad habit of saving the wilting plants and then trying to like revive them. And it was a whole thing. It was a very like COVID era chapter for me. So during my plant revival era, I got this shirt that says I plant Kansas City. So that was a failed project of mine.
Maybe we should send her your plant.
Wow. I have no words. Tiffany,
You killed your plant?
So no. It's a money tree. And
those things are like sassy.
Yeah. She's not doing good right now. She's looking a little rough, so it's okay. Anyways, moving on. Are you currently in Missouri?
I am. I'm born, raised, and from Missouri.
Oh, bummer. I'm from Illinois, so I know you cold right now.
Yeah, it's so cold, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I don't know about the Illinois area because I know like 3-hour difference is a difference in the US. And it was 70 degrees on Christmas. And I walked outside and I was like, should I get like sunscreen on today? Like I was like, is this what California feels like?
Oh no. That's wild. That's crazy work. I had to go to Wisconsin for work. And, I just assume all Midwest is created equal. It is not. No. We're in Wisconsin. We're staying outside. When I say I was so mad for 3 days, that cold that cuts through you in Wisconsin, that belongs in HE double hockey sticks.
I'm telling you, like the people I know from Wisconsin, they are proud to be like, oh yeah, I walked out in shorts today and it was like 35. It's the hottest it's been in like 6 months. And I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm okay understanding I am not an outdoor cold cat. Like I'm very okay with my house being at the same temperature all year round. Like I'm very okay with that.
Yeah, it was not Christ-like at all. Anyways, do you know what's about to happen before we get into the things people actually care about?
I'm going in this completely blind, so I'm really excited for whatever's about to happen.
Yes. All right, perfect. Awesome. Well, we know she was born in the 90s. We peeped some of your content, so we know you were born in the 90s. So this should be easy for you. Yes.
Or not. I don't know. We'll see.
Right. All right. So we're going to be playing a game called That's My Jam 90s R&B Edition.
Oh, no. I want to be so
Is this a different song?
I think
this is the same one from last time.
This is?
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. All right. So here are the rules. We're going to be playing 4 covers of 90s R&B songs, 3 or 4. I don't remember today how many we're doing. we're doing 3 or 4 covers of 90s R&B songs. You have to guess either the name of the song or the name of the artist. You get 3 guesses.
Oh, I'm gonna be so bad at this. I am like the definition of like someone that's like in computer science and has 0 pop culture knowledge. I didn't even watch Harry Potter until like 3 years ago.
Well, I haven't seen it.
I
so
know.
it's also
That's fine.
okay.
That's okay.
You get a buzz too.
Okay, but run that back though. Run it back though, because the reason you didn't see Harry Potter is fine. She was born in 1980, so to me that's fine.
Oh,
because
okay.
I feel like it was popular when I was in the 4th grade, and you would have been not in the 4th grade.
No, it's not.
So I think it makes sense that you didn't see it. Now you, on the other hand,
I have no
No
excuse.
excuse.
I know. I'm yeah. So I was born in 97. So I like the cuff of like Gen Z,
She
can't-
young.
she
old
wasn't
millennial.
born in the
claimed
90s.
and
she was born in the 2000s. Anyways, so we know how this game is gonna go. It's fine. All right, song number 1.
It's gonna be
please.
just hit the buzzer like for 3 minutes. It's just
Now if I give you me, this is how it's got to be. First of all, I won't take you cheating on me. Tell me who can I trust?
Look at her.
If I can't trust in you, and I refuse to let you play me for a fool. You said that we could possibly spend eternity.
Girl, Gianna, boy.
That's what you told me. That's what you said.
ChatGPT, Rihanna. ChatGPT.
I know. I was like, I feel personally attacked by this song. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
Oh, man.
All right,
I know. I was like, I know it's not Britney Spears, so we're good.
That's fair.
That was a good guess.
That was fair. That was a good guess. It was the era.
Oh, I
All
gotta
right,
look
that
up
one
R&B artists
is
now.
Jennifer Lopez, If You Had My Love.
That was J-Lo? No. No.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know it either.
I didn't know either.
I was looking to her.
singing.
I was looking to her like, who is it? Okay, J Lo. Well, it might be J Lo's song. She didn't sound like that on the track. Respectfully, song number 2, please.
Girl, if I told you I love you, that doesn't mean that I don't care. And when I tell you I need you, don't you think that I'll never be there? Baby, I'm so tired of the way you turn my words into deception and lies. Don't
good one.
misunderstand me when I try to speak my mind. I'm only saying what's in my heart.
Okay. I know The Voice.
The voice
It's
is
not
not gonna do
Janet
it for you.
Nope.
The voice is not
Nope.
gonna do it. It's all covers. It's all covers.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Okay, we can give her a hint. We'll give her a hint for this one.
First incoming hint is
First, so the song, the dude on the
Buzz her.
Valentine's Day dude.
Valentine's
better
Day.
guess.
That's worse. That's not even a hit.
The dude on Valentine's Day.
I never seen it. I know.
it is not a
The
movie.
holiday. Valentine's Day, the holiday associated with Valentine's Day. The guy associated with the holiday of Valentine's Day. He has an arrow.
The baby with the arrows.
The Cupid guy.
Okay, buzzer. Yeah, buzzer. Okay, Tiffany, what's the song?
It was Cupid. That's the name of the song. It's by 112.
Valentine's Day, the guy with the arrow. That is very vague, ma'am.
That's true. It is a movie, though.
Go home.
It is a movie. Okay. All right.
I'm like-
let's
I was like, Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah, wasn't it Taylor Swift was in that one,
Yeah.
right? And that was okay. All right, song number 3. That's fair.
It's amazing how you knock me off my feet. Every time you come around me, I get weak. Oh, yeah. Nobody ever made me feel this way. Oh, you kiss my lips and then you take my breath away. So I wanna know.
I'm gonna just make a playlist of Guyana covers.
For real.
Yeah. Okay. Last name Biden, first name.
I need a
You're
hint.
the worst.
That's different.
That wasn't it.
Well. hint. Last name Biden, first name.
I don't know other than like President Biden, but he ain't no singing R&B.
What's his
in the
first
90s.
name? What's his first name though? What's his first name?
Joey.
Joe. There we go. That was Joe, the
We'll
singer.
get to it.
The singer was Joe.
She's so
I'll get one
confused
for
right
trying.
Okay. Last one.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was listening to the first 15 seconds of that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is how I feel when I eat Chipotle. And then it just like, the lyrics just tanked. I was like, never mind.
Well, music makes people feel and think of many different things. I like that. All right, last song. Song number
Hungry.
4.
Girl, it don't have to be a thing. I'll wait for you, you'll wait for me.
Okay,
babe.
Anthony.
'Cause true love's consistent, we don't have to rush at all. Baby, yeah, these are the times we all wish for. The moment when less means so much more. We don't have to do a thing at all. We can take our time and talk.
Okay, Tiffany.
And this is the way things need to be. No pressure from you and none for me. Just let the mood set the moment off. We can make love or not at all.
Okay. Okay, Guyana.
I'm just gonna say Beyonce.
You know what? I wish I couldn't give a hint for this one. I can't even. I was trying to think of a good one, but I can't. Okay, just tell her who it is.
Drew Hill.
Yeah, it's Drew Hill. I couldn't think of a good hint for that one.
I've never listened to a Drew Hill song. That was the first time. I'm glad it was a cover.
All right. I mean, we got 1 out of 4. That's
Sort of.
outstanding. That's
Yeah.
what counts.
Thank you, Joe Biden. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and shift gears into the reason that people actually pull up. So if it's your first time, welcome. If you already know the vibes, welcome back. I'm Jordan, a.k.a. Jay, a.k.a. The Chosen One, a.k.a. Big Stepper, and I am here with my co-host.
I am Tiffany B. And if you're here today, we're so excited that you took the time to hang out with us as we talk to another leader in the IT technology spaces. Speaking of those leaders, we are going to have our guest tell you who she is, where she's from, and what she does in the technology space.
Oh boy. Okay. Start off with no. So I grew up super rural. I actually didn't know what how to drive at a stoplight until I was like 18. That's when I decided to flock, away from my home, go to college, go figure out who I was as a person. I always joked there was more cows than people in the hometown I grew up in, and finding technology was just not my niche, essentially. So I ended up finding my love through taking a coding class as an elective, fell into cybersecurity that way, and I have had many, many hats throughout my career, like network security engineering, detection engineering, endpoint security, you name the corner of cyber, I have probably touched on it at some point. And then a few years back, I wanted to challenge myself and get out of my comfort zone. And I kept seeing people on LinkedIn just talking to each other like they were friends, but then I realized they're strangers. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is like corporate stranger get together social media. I was like, I can vibe with that. So let's get on it. So I got on LinkedIn and I started connecting with some people I forgot about, found some strangers, and I really liked their posts, which I have met in person at some point in my career. So my mom's watching this, sorry. But
They're not strangers. They're friends, Mom. I swear.
yeah, we're in telegrams. She's gonna she, bless her heart, she for the longest time would call AI as A1, and she's like, "Did you see Elon Musk in that A1?" And I was like, A1? Like Elon's talking about steak sauce? And she's like, no, that A1 computer stuff. I was like, Mom, that's called AI. She goes, yeah, that A1. And she's like, he's all about the A1. So I'm like, you gotta stop. It's not like a chemistry element. It's not sauce for your meat. Like, it's called AI. She goes, A1. And I was like, okay. So anyway, she's super cute. I love her. But I wanted to get out and be engaged with my community. And so I signed up for a local cybersecurity conference, and I did not like public speaking. I didn't really enjoy getting in front of people. I was okay showing up to work, doing the 9 to 5, going home. But then I was like, all these people on LinkedIn, they are passionate, they're excited, they love what they're doing. And it kind of gives you FOMO after a while, because you're like, I want to be that excited with my job. Like, I want to be proud. I want people to like associate me with everything I'm doing. So I challenged myself, and I was like, you know what, we'll put a talk in, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. And so it was for B-Sides Kansas City, and they have 3 rounds of call for papers, and I didn't make the first one, and I was like, oh no, how darn, I didn't make the cut, you know. And then I get the email for the second round. It's like, congrats, you have been chosen. And I'm like, why? So it was a mix of emotions. It was a lot of mix of emotions. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh. You know?
Yeah.
So I and it's crazy to think, like, it was my first time ever speaking professionally, in my opinion. I would consider that professional. And I had maybe about 50 people in my room. And that, to me, that was a lot for a first time speaker. And I was so nervous. I don't know. When in the beginning of my public speaking career, I really had weird fears. And most people are like, I have the fear of speaking up in front of people. Mine was like, I'm afraid my jeans are going to be too tight and they're going to rip in the middle of my presentation. And so I wore like stretchy yoga pants the first time I spoke. And then I was like, I can't wear heels. What if I fall and everyone's going to see it? Like that's not like professional at all. So I wore flats to my speaking event. And then of course, like, I'm like, I can't wear this specific type of like mascara because it clumps. What if the clumps get in my eye? What if I just sit there and like twitch the entire time I talk? And anyway, so I'm like completely fine. And I got done and I was like, oh, that went by fast. That's exciting. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Anyway, so I got done. And I remember prepping for this presentation, and I was so nervous. I would wake up in the middle of the night reciting my presentation. And my husband, bless his heart, he would like wake me up. He's like, you're doing that thing again and it's annoying. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Thanks for being supportive. And it was cool because I put aside like my fear. I allowed myself to be vulnerable. I was okay failing in case it like went south and nobody liked it and I got booed on the stage. I did get booed one time in my speaking career, fun fact.
Whoa,
but
hold up. People actually booed you like out loud to your face to face, eye contact?
Oh yeah, there's a whole story. It was a setup, but
oh, okay.
But it was really cool because people came up to me and I got other speaking opportunities because I went and spoke at this event and I was very passionate with my topic. I was really excited with it. And I've been public speaking now in the circuit for 3 going into 4 years about now. And it's crazy. I've traveled literally across the globe. I've keynoted at places. I'm teaching people how to public speak. But that's just one of my side gigs. On the other side, I also lead a security operations team. So if you don't know much about a SOC, I consider it the people that are first responders for a business. They are first on scene, first to like address, first to evaluate. And I called them the adrenaline junkies because that's what they are. They like to run towards the fires and the scary things. And that's what I do for my day job. So at night, I public speak. I teach college at night. I also run my own podcast. I've been diving into writing books. So hopefully I'll have a book published soon. But it's been, if you asked me, I've been in the field since 2018. If you asked me my first year where I was going to be at today, I'd be like, I don't know. I guess I would eventually be making, big girl pay and not be living paycheck to paycheck, and not like any of these side quests I've been doing, which I've had a lot of fun with. So it's been pretty fun out there. You learn a lot.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So something that immediately stuck out to me, aside from everything that you just said, really stuck out to me. But something I wanted to, yeah, that's wild. Something I kind of wanted to ask you about is, you said you are the lead for a sock team. Yeah. So my immediate question, because my uncle, we just saw him over the holiday, and he was saying, he has a friend, or is it a family friend? I forget. But it's a young person who just finished college, going in for cybersecurity, and he was asking, now that he's done with school, what does he do next? Like, he's trying to, get into it. Like, what's next? And me, I haven't worked in cybersecurity since like 2020 maybe. And the industry has changed quite a bit, right? Especially like the barrier to entry and things like that. So from your perspective, what would you say would be a good next step for somebody who just finished school for cybersecurity and is looking to kind of break into the industry? And say for they want to be in a SOC specifically.
Yeah, and I feel I empathize with, I would say, the next generation of cyber defenders, because not only, in my opinion, there's so much competition right now, and especially post-holidays, there are so many layoffs. Companies are trying to start the new year with a cleaner, attendance rate. People are trying to find new careers. It's the new year, new them. And then on top of it, you hear all of these, threats that level 1 SOC analysts are being replaced by quote unquote AI. And there's just no compliance around that piece. That's a whole other rant for me. But to me, regardless, it could be, I always tell fresh out of college kids, I'm like, be prepared to let it take 8 months. In this market right now, you have to mentally be okay with rejection. You have to mentally be okay with not hearing back, being ghosted. I'm like, it is dating, but worse. And I was like, it's just terrible. Like, you think you're a catch, you think you're great, you swipe right, and then the next thing you know, they super like you, and then that's it. And it could be frustrating. And I always tell people, I'm like, you have to find what motivates you during this weird time in the market right now. And if that's going back to school, if that's studying for a certification, nobody can take away your education at all. I am a big favor of that. One of my key takeaways for success for anyone, not just like SOC analysts, but for anyone getting in the field, go network. Your network is your net worth. And most of the opportunities I've had across my plate is because I essentially talk to strangers on LinkedIn, or I went to a local community meetup, or a Discord channel. Like, there's so many options for people to be involved and to be engaged and really build their professional brand through their network. And it's things they don't really teach in college. And I struggled with that. I would say my last year in college, because it's like, oh, I'm graduating. Oh, I'm graduating. Oh, I'm graduating. I am literally walking tomorrow. And I had to, and someone told me that a long time ago about, build your network, build your network. I'm like, I'm okay. Like, these people, I'm 20. These people are like 35. They want nothing to do with a 20-year-old at all. Like, me at 20, there was something interesting about me at 20. I'm going to be real honest. Like, what do I know at 20? Not 90s R&B songs, clearly. But but long story short, like, you gotta be okay getting out of your comfort zone and just going and talking to people, and just be involved with your community, because I guarantee you someone out there will know someone or know an opportunity that would fit essentially your passions.
Facts. I like that. That was a great answer. And she's saying there was nothing interesting about her when she was 20. Aren't you still like under 30?
Okay, like barely. Someone's like, after you hit 25, you're just basically 30. And I was like, nah. And then one of my best friends, she turned 30 and she called me and she's like, girl. And I was like, what up? I was like, happy birthday. And she goes, I'm at the hospital. And I was like, what? And she goes, I turned 30. I rolled out of bed and my back went out. And now I'm needing meds because my chiropractor won't touch me. And she goes, 30's hit, man. 30's hit. Brace yourself. I'm like, oh, no. I was like, no, honey. I was like, God and I have a plan, 29 for life, like we talk about it all the time,
Oh my gosh.
If I start praying fast now, can I go back to 29? No? Okay. Just lean in. All right.
Reanna, what do you look for though? Right, as a leader, SOC leader, you can see the changes happening right now. What are you looking for when you think about your next person that you bring onto your team that their resume might not necessarily capture?
Yeah, I have, and it's funny that it's not funny about the hiring process, but like me personally, I love to see what other people are doing in the community, and especially out in Kansas City, especially out in cyber. It is a small community. Everyone knows each other, and also means we all have group chats for specific reasons. And I have this one group chat, and it's just a leadership channel, and we talk about like, hey, what problems do you guys have? Hey, what are you running into? And then someone posed the question about hiring, and this person posted something that really made me think and kind of change how I hire. And of course you hear like anyone could be trained, so I hire with culture and personality. But what does that truly mean, right? Like, sorry, my personality is not good enough for you. Like, okay, I'm not changing that, so whatever. But what I look for specifically is what makes people excited. And so this guy told a story. He got into a company, and it was flat. Like, they had a CEO change, things were not going well, culture was tanking, they just got done with a layoff. And so he comes in and he's like, what's wrong with these people? Like, burnout's a thing, whatever. And he realized it's because they didn't have anything to drive them. Like, there was no passion, there was no excitement. And so he really tried to like figure out what that team liked. And there was one guy, he was like super into movies. Like, he had IMDb on his phone. That was what he was always looking at. And so then he's like, hey, we're having movie Monday, in like one of the conference rooms. Why don't you pick the movie? Make sure it's not rated R. And the guy's like, really? And they're like, yeah. So then, everyone, they kind of made it to a thing. And so then that brought up team morale and stuff like that. And so I took that story and I really thought like, there's a strong lesson to this. Like, we talk about culture, we talk about fit. And I tell the kids I mentor, I'm like, when you go interview, anyone could talk about what they learned on a Security Plus. Anyone could talk about, what they learned in school or the projects. I said, but the thing that's really going to make you stand out as an interview candidate is when you talk about a project that you were absolutely excited for. When you introduce yourself, like, what's going to make you awesome? And so like back in my day, I would be like, hi, my name's Reanna Schultz. I have 2 guinea pigs. Their names Hank and Merle, and I love cybersecurity. That's pretty much all you need to know about me. And that would kind of just be like an icebreaker. And I was like, it's like a little dance you got to do. But you have to be passionate with what you're talking about, because again, they're going to be looking for people that can grow their team, whether it's with skill. Anyone can be taught skill. But if you're coming in with passionate energy, wanting to learn, passion is absolutely contagious. And so a lot of the times, and there's like a side effect to this, right? Some teams don't want that. And that's kind of a good thing for you, because if you're excited, if you want to learn, if you want to grow, you want a team that's going to be investing in you as well. And I've had some awful interviews in my life. I had a guy that told me I wasn't qualified for his team because I didn't have a Security Plus exam. And I don't. I still to this day, I don't have an exam. I don't have any certs. And I told him, and I was like, excuse me? And he goes, you're not technical enough for this team. I was like, I have 5 years of experience. And he goes, well, I'm going to ask you an interview question that's technical. And I was like, okay, ask me an interview question that you think is technical. And he goes, what's a characteristic of a phishing email? I was like, this is your technical question? I was like, this is for like a senior cyber engineer, and this is your question? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, do you know what that is? I already knew I wasn't going to get the job anyway. So, and then he was all like, well, I feel like you're asking way too much money. I was all like, I'm 20 grand below. And that was also a lesson. Know your worth. And I was like, I'm 20 grand below like the current market. And he goes, well, we don't have that much money. And I was like, okay, hold up. I'm just going to flat out ask you, why is this position open? And he goes, well, we're trying to grow the team. I'm like, with what? Like money that you're peddling on the corner? Like, and he goes, and he's like, no, like we're trying to grow the team. I was like, okay, so, and it was around like senior analyst, security plus. They were also asking for a master's degree, whatever, BS that they had on the resume requirements that they definitely copied off of something else. And I was like, so what's the pay range here? And he goes, oh, like maybe 72,000. And I was like, that's insulting. And he goes, well, and I was like, you do realize I can drive 2 hours up north and make the money that is competitive to the area I live in. And he was just like, yeah, but if you really want to work here, the money's not really like, a problem to you. And I was like, okay, that's whatever. I'm not going to argue with that.
Because we ain't got to eat.
Well,
I'm like, I don't need to be selling my plasma on the weekends. I did that in college. Lesson learned on that. But
Did you?
I was like, so what? Yeah, that's how I bought my groceries. I would come home from Thanksgiving and my arm was bruised. And my mom's all like, what happened to you? I'm like, Mama, I sold my plasma.
She's like, over just dropping jokes.
She's all like, aren't you a waitress? I was like, yeah, Mama, and I sold my plasma. I don't have to put this on my taxes.
wow.
I told you, 20 years old, you have life figured out.
I just love though how like we're in this like really pseudo serious conversation. Like this is a semi serious conversation, and she just dropped. I'm not selling my plasma anymore. Like what?
No, but people have to like buy groceries at some point. No judgment there, but to him, like that's insulting to me. Like I know my worth, I know my skills, I know what I can put into a team, and he's not matching what my drive for is. He's not meeting my expectations essentially. And so I flat out asked him, I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. 72,000, whatever, around there. I was like, what exactly is this job for? Because what you put in the description doesn't match anything with cyber. I was like, this looks like a software development position. And he goes, well, we're looking for someone to build our documentation, manage our vulnerability management team, and then also start building out our pen test team while figuring out how to get all of this data into the SIM. And then he kept going.
How many
and I was like,
do you want you to do?
I was like, yeah. And I was like, and you're paying that much for all of that? And he goes, yeah, I think that's fair. And I was like, you need to talk to your boss about your salary. And then I was like, you were going to find a unicorn who is in a desperate state, and they're not going to stay long term. I was like, let me know when you get breached in the next 6 to 8 months. I'd love to hear from you. And he goes, oh, we're not. Sure enough, I got a message. And he goes, hey, you probably don't remember me, but yeah. And I was all like, so when can I say I told you so? And so the company ended up going offline for like 6 months because of the breach that they had.
Oh,
and the guy that they hired, and the guy they hired left like right before it too. So I'm just like, it's like going back to the original question, you got to be passionate with what you have, and knowing your passions, knowing your worth, you can avoid toxic work situations that will absolutely abuse you and take you down with the company, and you gotta be better than that. And of course, like, again, going back to like my plasma story, sometimes you just got to get a job just to make ends meet, and that's totally fine. You learn life lessons, but never lose sight of your passions if that's the case.
Yeah, it was just, she dropped it so casual. That's what made me laugh about it. It's like, oh, and by the way, all this other stuff happened. Like, girl, you have lived. You have really lived. I have a weird question, just because we were reading. I think I'm jokingly gonna start calling this moment the gospel according to Cybersecurity. But she wrote something on Substack where she essentially said, at this point, it's lazy for people to ask, how do I break into tech? Like, that to be the general question, because there's so many podcasts, there's so much content out there.
Yep.
Right? Everyone has already answered the question. So with that in mind, from you too, Tiffany, what would be a better question for somebody who's interested in breaking into cybersecurity, interested in breaking into tech? What would be, in your opinion, a good question for them to ask when they interact with you for the first time?
Yeah, I would respond back, and this is probably going to be the theme of everything. This is mostly because lessons learned from my journey is, instead of how do I break into tech, how do I find my passions in tech? Because when people are like, I want to break into tech, okay, what does that mean to you? And a lot of the times it's like, oh, I want to do coding. Okay, what type of coding? What type of thing do you want to do in cybersecurity? Oh, well, I want to do pen testing. Okay, that is still broad. What exactly do you want to do? Do you want to create your own scripts? Do you want to like work in a contract sector? Like, people, in my opinion, they say they want to break into tech, but in my forethought is, what do you want to know about tech? What is your passions? Because when you go on LinkedIn, when you go on Indeed and you type tech jobs near me, tech jobs remote, it's just going to be a wide range. And now you have a resume that's probably like a default template out of Microsoft Word or ChatGPT, and you're just spam bombing all of these jobs. But in reality, you don't know what you're applying for because you don't know what your passions are. And so I always tell people, what is your passions? The second question is, how are you going to learn what those passions are? Is it going on Try Hack Me? Is it joining Discord channels? Is it reading Reddit threads, which could be a good and bad thing? But how are you going to find things that are interest you? Because that is something, again, going back, you can talk very highly of in an interview, that you can have projects to back up your passions, that you can hopefully mentor other people who are also struggling to find their passion. So that would be my question back to that.
I like that.
Great. I think for me, with that in mind, something that could be different in terms of questions for me would probably be, because I mean, people are aware that I work in a security operations center, right? So if you're thinking, like, I've done the research, I've gotten to the point where I think I want to do maybe something in security operations center, I want to be a cybersecurity analyst, is saying, these are the labs maybe I've done, to your point on maybe Try Hack Me or Pond Labs or something like that. But I would like to know, what are the lessons you've learned that could be helpful for me as I'm, continuing down this path? Because I'm certain most people know you don't really know until you get into the job whether it really does meet, what you thought it was going to be. So probably somebody asking questions along the lines of, what have you learned since you've been there?
Oh my gosh. I should just write a blog about this. The first one being, everyone has a different definition of what a SOC is. Sometimes the SOC in other companies is, they're doing vulnerability management and they're creating alerts based off the exploits they find, and then they monitor that. Some people, their SOC is literally just, I'm clicking buttons today, and that is the extent of my job role, which to me, that's not a mature SOC. That's foundational. I'm building a program. So whenever people are like, I'm interviewing for operations roles, what are your recommendations? My recommendations are, ask exactly what a day-to-day looks like. What's the roadmap for a year? And in my professional experience, I have learned, like, in interviews, hey, you guys don't have to give me a number, but do you guys have budget for growth? Do you guys have budget for storage? Do you guys have budget for continuous education? Because I am a firm believer that technology continuously changes. It forever evolves. threats involved with technology. And so the threats that I saw probably 3 weeks ago, that's old news. We're on to something new that I don't know about, but how am I going to find it? So understanding how the company's mindset is, how their forward thinking is. I try to avoid the, what's your 3 to 5 year plan? Because especially in operation roles, things change so fast. You have to adapt to things around you. You have to adapt to the business. You have to adapt to like some random like security watch or like policy that got dropped. And now you're just like, oh my gosh, Log4j, everything just went out the window. And, and so like, these are things you have to ask for. Red flags, people don't talk about them enough. Red flags, one, if they have no career path, if there's just a hard stop, because what's the point of wanting to be better, wanting to be educated, if there's only 3 levels of advancement and there's no growth into like an architect, a principal, or bigger roles and responsibilities that reflect pay. People are like, oh, it's just a title. Yeah, it's not.
Let's talk about that, because I've had people say like it's better you get your education, you get in your entry level role, and that hard stop maybe doesn't matter because you're trying to look for another location anyway to increase your pay. So what are your thoughts on like kind of job searching for that next step because it's not growth in your organization?
Yeah, and I feel like everyone runs into this at some point. And with me, I had to really sit down and think like, what do I want to do? Do I want to stay technical? Do I want to go into leadership? Well, if I want to go to leadership, should I wait until someone leaves and retires or something else happens? Or should I leave, take a chance with another company and see my growth? And my deciding factor for me was there wasn't a clear like plan for anything. Like there wasn't clear growth. And then I came home one day and I was like, do I like showing up to work? And the answer was no. And then I was like, do I feel like I'm getting paid enough for the work I'm doing when I know I'm doing way more than like people who have a higher title who are getting more pay and they're doing like probably at least 40% of what I'm doing? And the answer is no. So I'm like, I feel like I'm getting used here for my skill, my brain, and you know what? Like, I don't owe them anything. And so to me, that was the nail in the coffin for me to start job hunting. And I took that mindset with me to all of my employers. My day employer that I do have, I won't name drop or anything, but my day employer I do have, to me, it felt right because, again, a huge winning factor to me. It feels like The Bachelor sometimes, I'm not going to lie. So I gave them my rose because to me, they align to like my mindset, my style, like continuous education was important to them. Investment is in return, hey, you do work. Okay, we're going to recognize you. Recognition's such a huge thing. And then when I start asking questions about career growth, about like, hey, what are plans and stuff, that was such a huge win for me because they knew exactly what I was talking about and all of that. And so when I got to a point in my career where I wanted to go into leadership, I had to have a huge like reality check with me. And it was not about the money at that point. It was because I loved my job so much that I made enough money to be comfortable. And now I really wanted to focus on doing things I truly love and truly enjoy. And at some point, it comes with years, it comes with finding the right company, who your team is and stuff. But I made that transition into leadership. And the first year is rough in leadership. No one talks about that. Your first year in leadership is absolutely brutal because especially if you come from a technical background, and you have to step back and you have to tell people how to essentially think like you, because you understand the environment, technology, tools, but then you're like, holy cow, what if I win the lottery and I decide to go on a 2-week cruise? Are they going to be successful? And it was really, really
Who
hard.
cares?
And
you won the lottery.
yeah, I'm on a cruise. Learning about 90s R&B. So like to me, my like one thing that I did was I removed myself like from all the access and day-to-day tools. And I said, I'm going to give myself like 6 or 8 months. And if I can't function without having to do something, maybe leadership isn't for me. And then next thing I know, 6 months passed, a year's passed. And then someone's all like, when was the last time you like logged into this? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And so you end up kind of realizing like, oh, like I'm here to support you guys. How can I invest back into you? How can you guys grow each other, build a culture and stuff like that? And it's the quiet things people don't really think about because, again, like newer leaders, they're struggling, and having a great support system, having a great mentor, just like, again, being involved in the community. I have probably a good 10 mentors, I'm not going to lie. And each of them are for different things. If I need someone to be direct, I call that direct mentor. And I'm like, he hurt my feelings today. He said X, Y, Z. And he's like, yeah, and I just don't like it. And he goes, okay. And I was like, what do I do? And he goes, ignore it. And I'm like, I don't like it though. And he goes, get over it. And of course, like I have another mentor. She's just like, well, this is how I would say things back. And I'm like, okay, the level-headed one. Thank you. So I guess long story to your question, it just kind of depends where you want to go in your life. If money is your motivation right now, it's not sustainable motivation. Because the moment you find a company and a team that fits you, and you're comfortable, that motivation's changed. And so then you're like, oh, then what is my motivation to be here? Like I'm pretty comfortable. So now what? And so now it's just like, okay, well, maybe my career, like what can I do? Like what can be my mark here? What can be my legacy? And then there's always the other caveat where people are like, like I feel comfortable in my career. I'm doing things I enjoy, but I still have like an itch to do more. But I'm told to not do more, but I want to do more. And I'm like, this is your calling to start returning to your community. So go find someone to do things. And honestly, that's how I got into podcasting. I love doing research. I'm a nerd about it. And I'll probably be researching songs after this. But that's what's scratching my itch right now for researching is my weird, quirky podcast episodes. So, yeah.
And your Sims, you're playing the Sims and all that good stuff.
Oh gosh. Yeah, see, I just wanted to play Sims.
See, period. Okay. So I actually have a question about mentors for y'all. Okay. Now this is just, hear me out. All right. So what are y'all doing if somebody hits you up on LinkedIn and they're like, I'm trying to break into cybersecurity. Here are all the things that I've done. I'm looking for mentors at this point. Can you please fill out this personality assessment so I can figure out whether or not I should keep talking to you? What are you doing if somebody asks you to fill out a personality assessment so that they can determine whether or not you may or may not be a potential fit as a mentor?
All the way down.
Really? You not filling it out?
No.
C, all the way down.
I'm going to fill it out. Listen, to me, that shows initiative because, okay, again, hear me out. Oftentimes it feels like we tell people, if you're looking for a mentor, look for somebody who's doing what you want to do, see if you vibe, create that sort of relationship. But to me, it's a whole extra level if they go, if you don't mind, fill out this personality assessment because I'm just trying to see if we have anything in common.
C, all the way down.
I think that would be fire. I would respect that so heavy. Somebody send me a personality assessment. I'll fill it out.
I want to see the results of your personality assessment. Let me get those.
Allergic to cats. Loves dogs.
Not like on the mentor section, but ChatGPT, like within the last year, the new models you can give like facts about you, personality traits, stuff like that. And so I uploaded my DISC assessment to ChatGPT. And so now it's like, I'm very heavy in the I. I'm very outgoing. I'm very charismatic. And Chat is the polar opposite because it likes to challenge me. And then one day I was like, I don't like your answer. It's too sassy. I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. And then it just replies with a sad face. Oh.
Okay.
I'm like, I need a new model.
Okay, so long story short, y'all, don't be sending them personality assessments.
You can send it.
No. Oh, I don't even read
Send it.
emails. I'm not even gonna read a person. No,
Like if it's like 10 questions, I'd do it.
Send it.
no,
Whatever. Anyways, we got to plug in Telecon. We're at that point. We got to plug it.
Yeah, I was about to say, you already started talking about giving back to the community and being passionate. And what is, without giving too much away, because you're going to be very active, right, at Intellicon, like, what are you bringing into the space when you make it to Intellicon 2026 in February? Well, we'll probably get a chance to see you.
maybe. I kind of feel bad. I've definitely had to somewhat put a pause on some of my travel plans this year. It's bittersweet for me. There's been a lot of like behind the scenes stuff that's going on. So it's because of growth reasons. But I don't expect to be traveling as much as I used to for the next 6 or 8 months. And that's part of growing pains for me. And it's, I guess one of the things that I will be putting out to the community, I'm working on a virtual library. So part of my LLC is I have different characters and they're dogs because I too am allergic to cats. But each dog has their own specific personality. So I've been reaching out to the community, asking for book recommendations, whether it's personal interest, whether it's career development. And so really creating like a stable library based off of what you're wanting to grow in or what you're wanting to do. And so that's something that's very public right now. Another thing I'm working on is I started doing my own virtual conference. So CyberLabCon is something I started last year, and I was really excited. I collaborated with a nonprofit, and they were called Missouri Cyber Center of Excellence. And so we were able to raise over $3,000 for them through this virtual event. And this year, I'm very blessed. I had a lot of submissions for call for nonprofits, and I've actually had to like phone a couple more friends to help me go through these. But hopefully we can get something down by end of the month and start promoting CyberLabCon again and just giving people a free opportunity to go to a cyber conference that historically or it's not feasible because of where they live or their financial situation or so.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it is. I'm over here like, how can we support? Let us know later, though.
Wait, so you're not going to be at Intellicon?
I'm not this year. It was I cried about it. I was very upset. But hopefully there's going to be some awesome news dropping down at some point this year. It was not. I had talks scheduled all the way up until June, and I had to reach out to all of the organizers, and I'm like, hey, I can't. I'm really sorry. Like, I'm giving you notice in advance, like super sorry about it. But hopefully I can talk about that piece of my journey at some point. But right now, no,
Yeah.
due to reasons I can't say. So, yeah.
Well, no, that's
but I
cool.
do
Like,
yeah.
I just was gonna say we feel super honored then, because like you taking the time to chat with us. Like honestly, I feel really honored, and I'm gonna
you
take
guys
this
got
energy.
hyped up. Yeah,
We
you
did?
guys got hyped up pretty good in my in one of my messages. I was like, yeah, sure, we'll go for it. Embarrass me for 3 minutes about R&B. We'll talk about my plasma donation days, and why not? We'll talk about cybersecurity at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for those of you wondering, real quick, just a little bit about Intellicon. It is a cybersecurity conference. It's very focused on cyber threat intelligence. It's going to be happening February 5th through the 6th in Austin. It's always a lot of fun. It's a smaller event, but they always have really quality speakers, really great training. So we're sad you won't be there, but again, super honored that we were able to talk to you. Anyway, we got to send Fayez a gift basket or something. What's cheap?
Oh, gosh.
Plasma. I'm gonna just send him some plasma here. If you could, it's got good resale value.
You should do something fun, like a gift basket of like temp tattoos or something.
Ooh, of like dead plants. No.
Yes, and be like, we're thinking of you.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
See, too soon.
We
Too
hope you're
soon.
thriving.
I love that actually. Like a dead plant tattoo that says "I hope you're thriving."
Don't do this. Don't put these in her. Don't put these.
Yeah, it's
ideas
gonna be
in
a
her
T-shirt.
mind.
It's gonna be a T-shirt tomorrow. Absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah. I'll let Tiffany keeps us professional, but yes, we are running up on time.
Oh, okay. Well, I have two questions I want to ask you, Reanna. Mostly for the people who are new to the tech space or trying to get into the tech space and they have questions from all of your knowledge. What is the most common confidence gap you see in your students or career switchers, and how do you help those people cross those confidence gaps?
Yeah, imposter syndrome's very, very real. And I think it's because we work in a field full of perfectionists. People are very, again, passion is a gift and a curse. I like to be biased and it's a gift. But for the most part, you look at these people who are very passionate, they're vocal, they know what they're talking about. And then we get caught into, I will never be at that level. I can never do that. I want to do things right the first time because I want to be like, and so we have to step back. And my advice to people, especially with confidence, is confidence comes with who you are and what you know in your education. You already went through XYZ, whether it's experience. Like my very first job, the next youngest person to me was like 36. And I had just turned 21 in my first corporate job, and that's intimidating. And of course, it's like a bunch of men on this team, and so I found, someone that was relatable and was just a giant adult kid, and they were my best friend for like the first 6 months. But it really taught me in that moment, like, you're confident because you're wanting to learn. You're confident because you're okay failing. And sometimes you fail with an audience in front of you. And believe it or not, you see people like even myself sometimes, right? Or you guys, I don't know your stories, but like with mine, there's times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's gonna be a mess. People are gonna associate me in the community with XYZ incident, and you just kind of get over it. And so like my very first time speaking in Vegas, my room was packed with like 100+ people. That was terrifying, even though I've given that presentation X amount of times. Or like even hosting my first conference, that was terrifying in front of a live audience. That was absolutely terrifying. Technical issues left and right, and nobody knows what's going on. But I tell people it's okay to fail. And sometimes you're going to have to fail in front of an audience, whether it's working a cyber XYZ event or a tech XYZ event, and you're going to have to screen share. It's going to be a thing. That stuff does not go away. Public speaking, it does not go away. Collaboration, talking to strangers, it doesn't go away. And so I tell people, I'm like, set yourself with tiny goals. Maybe writing a post on LinkedIn. Okay. It's okay if you don't get a lot of impressions. It's okay. There's posts that I get 2 likes on, and then like the following week I get 600. Like that's just how algorithms work. But you're building that confidence, putting yourself out there. Okay, so maybe a LinkedIn post. Maybe you join medium.com. You start posting research articles. You just slowly start building it up, especially with people with social anxiety. I always tell them, I was like, start small. Say hi to the barista at Starbucks, or say hi to like someone at McDonald's that's giving you your food. Like, thank you, things like that. Start small. And then, once you feel good about doing that, maybe go to the next step. Ask them how their day was. How are you? What do you recommend? Small conversations. And then eventually you can translate that back to break room talk or lunch table talk and going to like conferences and talking to strangers doesn't seem so scary because you've been doing it for so much, and you kind of build those foundational reputations. And that way, when you go to bigger things at some point, because everyone does, failing is okay because your foundations that you fall back on, and it helps you grow that confidence. So that's a very long-winded answer to that question.
It was a good answer.
Yeah, absolutely. And all right, you said this earlier that you started basically with 0 certifications. You still have 0 certifications. Why did you just choose not to have the certifications? And then what did you do and what do you continue to do instead in order to continue to move the needle?
Yeah. So when I started in this field, certifications were beyond expensive. And with my waitressing job and my other side gigs that are not I guess work experience, I just plasma. I just couldn't afford certifications. at all. And so eventually, again, getting my way into the field through networking and just finding what really made me excited in this field, that helped me land my first job. And then from there, you just kind of get experience. And one day I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been in the field for 6 years. Do I even get a Security Plus at this point? Like, what's the point? And what's really helped me is I realized people that got certifications, it holds weight, right? But I'm a firm believer. Certs get you the interview, but they don't get you the job. Mm-hmm. And it might help you kind of like put weight into your resume. Again, no one can take away your education, whether how it's done or not. But I tried to find things that were affordable to me. So maybe that was putting code on a GitHub repo, or maybe that was writing blogs with research about a threat, or maybe was creating my own malware lab at home and learning how malware behaves, because now I can start posting YAR rules for the community, things like this. And people don't realize, like, you don't have to have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get all of these certs. It's not Pokemon, right? You can't collect them all. It's why am I spending time studying for a certification? Is it because you're genuinely interested in the certification? You want to learn more about it? Or are you doing it just to hit the checkbox and then you can get, an interview? Because I guarantee you, any hiring team is going to look at that certification and they might ask you, what is one takeaway that you learned from this? And it's not going to be the textbook answer. It's going to be about, were you also working? Were you also like having a family? Like, how did you time manage? How did you do all these things? Like, again, HR knows what a certification name is. A hiring team is going to ask you what the weight of that certification truly is. So
I would almost argue now after taking, so I just recently, I'm just throwing this out there real fast. I just recently took the CompTIA CYSA Plus just because. I was like, I just, YOLO, just because, right? Didn't study for it. It was just like, I'm going to just go in and do it. All of that said, out of that experience, I'll say this. If you go look at the objectives to exams and go do something like lab and do something hands-on, doesn't have to be a boot camp, you can go to YouTube University, start labbing and hit all of those objectives. In theory, you could go and take the exam and pass it. Because that's the point, right? The point of the exam is to hit those objectives and for you to learn it. So you don't need the certification, you just need the knowledge, right? So anyways, I just had to put that out there because I took that exam and I was like, this was a waste of my actual money because this is not a good assessment of whether or not I would be ready to work in a SOC by any means, like at all. But I will say that these objectives would be really great if I was someone who was interested in working in a SOC at some point and going and learning these things. But yes, you are a flex. I think you're the only person we've ever interviewed who works in cybersecurity and does not have certifications. I love that for us. Yeah. I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Well, yeah, I know we're at time, but bye.
Well, I would ask her what she does for
okay,
fun.
Ciao. What do I do for fun? Well, I tried learning crochet. That was a hot mess, so I gave up. I do have a dog. He is a beagle. He turned 6. I just took him to the vet. He had to get his yearly shots, and I was all like, he's kind of getting fog in his left eye. Can you guys look at it? Because I'm afraid he's going to get doggy cataracts or something. And they're like, yeah. And so they brought him back, and they're like, well, you know how like when you turn like 50 and 60? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, and then you need bifocals.
I'm 29 forever.
And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, he needs like bifocals. It's fine. And I was like, that's not a thing. You go on Chewy.com. There is dog bifocals. I'm like, I am not putting that on my beagle. Like,
wait, what?
Yeah.
Harper is not getting, no, we not doing that.
If Harper needs bifocals at that point, we'll just put on a blindfold. Better get used to the world.
We're not doing it.
You can do it, baby. Anyways. All right.
So fun, I guess. Yeah. I play chess. I read books. So I go for walks. There you go. TLDR.
Awesome. Well, thank you for hanging out with us for a little while. If anybody's interested in learning more about what it is that you do, your podcast.
Yes. Podcast is Defenders in Lab Coats. You can go to Spotify, YouTube, LinkedIn. You could just type my first and last name, which is like right here-ish. Hopefully, I don't know, the guy doing the camera things. It's on this panel. Just look for my name. Look for the podcast. You'll find it. Tune in, subscribe, and subscribe this podcast. I like it. I already liked and subscribed before this, so hit me up.
Sweet. Thank you.
Right. Awesome.
Well, yeah, thank you again. We appreciate you so much. Endless gratitude, truly. We know time is currency, so we hope you feel like, yours was well spent with us today. So.
Oh, it was so fun. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. To everybody else who's watching, we appreciate your time as well, and we hope to see you next time. Take care.
Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold.